Good afternoon, comrade subscribers. Well, those of you who stuck around, lost a couple more subscribers overnight because, I don't know, maybe they watched one of my Spectrum videos and just assumed I did ZX Spectrum videos 24/7, 365 days of the year perhaps, I don't know. So then when I did an Osborne video, it's like, that's not what we signed up for. Who knows, who knows. Anyway, so finally getting back to the SMEP PPO1. Big thanks to PCBWAY for sponsoring this project by providing the PCBs free of charge. Really do appreciate that. So this is the original ROM board. I've already done some work on it. As you know, the machine doesn't work. There was a short, so I have replaced 3 of the electrolytics. I think one of the electrolytics had shorted. So I replaced it, but obviously the machine still doesn't work. It's an interesting board. You can see you've got the green bits here covering the erase windows. So I put those on. But we've got a mixture of Czechoslovakian EPROMs. So these are all 1 kilobyte. So we've got 16 kilobytes of ROM in total. So we've got Czechoslovakian Tesla brand EPROMs. Now these I was told were PROMs. I don't think they were mass ROMs. I think they maybe were PROMs, perhaps. It's a PROM and then it's been labelled afterwards. So you can see here, so this is number 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Then we've got some Soviet EPROMs, again 1 kilobyte. Then we got back to Czechoslovakian, then we got Soviet again. And then we've got some Czechoslovakian PROMs, and then we've got some Soviet glue logic or whatever, and then we've got a couple of Tesla chips down here. So I have done some work. I was saying that already. I have, when I think initially testing, there was a short, and I think it was one of these electrolytics. So I have replaced the electrolytics on this board, but it still didn't help. It's well known that the SMEPs, the PPO1s especially, are they're quite complex machines. So to find one in the wild working is, well, unheard of. So we may or may not get this working, but we're certainly going to give it a try. So this is a modern replacement that basically we just need a single EPROM. So 256, what is that, a 32K? Is that a 32K? 128 is 16, isn't it? So it's a 256. And then we've got some Tesla parts here, a pair of 3312s and a 3205. These are obsolete. Well, if you lived in Slovakia or Czechia, then you could probably get the Tesla parts, but these are actually just clones of Intel 8000 series parts. So I ended up getting them from Unicorn Electronics. So it finally arrived, but I did actually get some, I think the 3205s, so I got some from Bulgaria on eBay. So I can use some Tesla parts. Otherwise, I'll be using Intel. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got Tesla 3205, I believe. Can't really read that. 3205, right? So we can use genuine Tesla in one part, and the 3312s. I'm not sure what they are. I can't remember off the top of my head. So these all came from Unicorn Electronics in the US. Very, very handy. So what did I got? Oh, I got some EPROMs as well. So I got some other bits and pieces I needed as well. Some more 8080s. I think I got some more 8080s. And yeah, okay, let me see what I've got. Because I had to get some other parts for the keyboard replacement, which is a another part of this that I'm planning to do. Okay, I think these are them. So the 3205 is actually a clone of an Intel 8205. So I've got some there, but like I said, I'll use the Tesla parts. And the 3312 is a clone of the 8212, Intel 8212. So I'll be using one of those. And some other passives. All right. The only problem I'm going to have is the connector. That's the only problem I'm going to have. I'm going to have to try and recover this connector. You see that's the part number there. So I do have some contacts in Czech, I think. So worst case, if I can't get this off, then hopefully they can send me, because it's not just one part apparently. You also need to get these side parts and this screw here. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I'll try and make the board up first and then leave that to the end. So this is the part, this is the connector I need for the EPROM module, the exact one I need. But you notice here it doesn't have the guide pins on either side. So I'd need to order them separately, or need to make sure they, you need to order them. It doesn't come with those guide pins. Obviously I do have a pair on the module I've got at the moment, but it would be good to have them come with it. So 118 Czech crowns. So that's about $7.75 Australian, $5.20 US, about €4.70. So look at all these parts, all these Tesla parts, all these replacement Tesla parts. Yeah, so I need to check. So that's for the ROM module. I need to get a kind of a right angle one for the keyboard. So I need to look. I haven't looked that one up yet, but yeah. So this is like an eBay auction site, I guess. So these guys are probably only expecting to sell into Czechia or Slovakia. They're not expecting to have to sell it, send it overseas. So payment's no problem. You just do an international transfer, so that's no problem. I can do that via xe.com. That's not an issue, but it's just trying to convince these guys to post it to Australia. That might be the issue. But I do have contacts in Czech Republic, so and they said they're more than happy to help me out. So it might be I might have to hit them up. But look, you've got all these, because I know there is definitely a transistor I need on the keyboard that I'm going to get to next. Just looking at all these great parts. I don't know what I did then. Oh, okay, it's selling Tesla parts. So yeah, I need to look up what I need, because it's a right angle one on the keyboard. So yeah, something like that. Not that one exactly. 92. Yeah. So the parts are definitely available. It's just trying to get them to Australia. That's going to be the slightly difficult part, which again is going to take time, unfortunately. So yeah, all right, something to look into. Hey, looks like this is as far as I can get for the EPROM module. So obviously I haven't put an EPROM in there yet. It is switchable, so it is 16K, whereas we've got space for a 32K, so we can switch between two 16K banks. But yeah, that I'm not going to have any luck desoldering that connector, so I'm just going to have to get a new one from Czechia or Slovakia. So that's unfortunately going to take some more time. So we'll have a quick look at the keyboard. Keyboard's going to be the same. Actually, I'm still waiting on some more key switches, but I'll solder all those key switches in that I've got. But I'll need similar. I'll need a Tesla specific connector. So here's the original keyboard. It's got, of course, obsolete parts. So we've got a all Tesla 74154, I think that is 74154. So we've got a 74154, which is obsolete, and then we've got the 7404S, 7400S, and 7403S. So they're equivalent to these ones. Basically, a 74S00, 74S04, and a 74S03. So I've got those. And for this one, I've got the 74154 Western component. So I've got the chips. Variable capacitor, I think. 2 transistors, which I should be able to source, although maybe I can. Excuse me. Get original Tesla parts, and yeah, this is going to be the problem. This is the connector. So as you can see, it's a right angle, and then we have these guide posts here which are additional. So if you order this part, you don't get these guide posts. You need to order them as well. So I'll track that one down. But otherwise, we've just got resistors, diodes as usual, capacitor, another capacitor there, tantalum, I guess, more resistors, and some LEDs and some limiting resistors up there. So not too bad. So this is the one, again, thanks to Jeramy. Jeramy redesigned this. So here's his version that I'll be implementing, as I've shown before. So I've already made a start on it. Get everything out of the way. So yeah, he's rearranged it a little bit, but otherwise, using nice cherry key switches instead of these telephone switches. So here's the connector here. So obviously I need to source that there. So I will do up this board, everything I can, and it'll just be a case of waiting. I'll have to check, because I know I have looked at these parts before. Maybe I can source the Tesla parts, otherwise get the equivalent transistors. So there we go. Yeah, unfortunately I can't try it again because I need that connector for the ROM board, which actually, do I have everything in here? Ah, yeah. So that's where the ROM board connects to, down there. So I'll grab it. Connector on the back. So this is basically where it'll go in if we get this power supply. So ROM board just connects onto the side there, screws in there, then slots in there, and then we've got this edge connector on the top here where an SD card module can fit in. But that's the idea. As you can see here, this is where the original ROM board, which way around was it? That way here. It's the original ROM board going in like that, taking up the full length. So a little bit of progress. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll go and work on some other stuff.